Good evening. This is Rajesh sir, and I'm today very super excited that I'm uploading this my first English video about a first topic, a hero, our first chapter from SSLC board 10th standard Karnataka, right? So I'm going to tell you the whole story in English and request students to hear it with uh, proper attention. On first page there is an introduction about this topic, and that is a father is speaking or teaching about living and non-living things to his son who is 8 years old, and his name is Siddhartha. Father, after teaching him about living and non-living things, he asked Siddhartha if he could tell him 5 important characteristics about living things. Siddhartha promptly told him that living things can breathe, they feel, and they can move. Then he said they grew old and die, right? Then Siddhartha's father insisted him by saying one more, and it seemed that Siddhartha couldn't remember. He thought for a while and he said forgetful or forgetfulness, and then his father laughed. Here we say that his father laughed at his ready wit, right, at his promptness. And now let us see a story in which a boy became a hero overnight. And here the chapter starts on the page number 2. On page number 2, A Hero. It is written by R.K. Narayan. First, I would like to tell you about R.K. Narayan. He is a famous Indian English writer, and his work consists Swami and his friends. Actually, this extract has been taken from Swami and his friends, and other works include the Bachelor of Arts, then the English teacher and finance expert, then his novel known as Guide, that has been adapted for Indian film, and the film is named also Guide, which has achieved Sahitya Academy Award. And one more thing I would like to tell you, my friends, that there was a famous TV serial on national TV, that is DD1, and its name was Malgudi Days. So he is a very best, I think he is a very good writer. And here we can see in Swami and his friends, he told about Swami. Swami, before starting this chapter, I would like to tell you about the character Swami and his nature. Swami is in his second phase. He is coward boy, timid person, and he used to listen stories from his granny, his friends, and he liked the most the stories of devils and ghosts. Right, he was interested in stories of devils and ghosts, and whenever he came across he is in trouble, he used to get out of it by he used to find solution, and he again got inserted, he again get in the problem, and his difficulties increased, and how that gives us fun. So let us start this chapter now. This is an evening. Swami's father had written from his work, and now he is sitting. Both are sitting in a hall, Swami and his father. Swami's father reading newspaper under hall lamp, and he noticed he became aware of a story, a report had been printed over there in the newspaper, and that was about a story of a village lad, about the bravery of a village lad who, while returning home by the jungle path, came face to face with a tiger and his flight up and stayed there half a day until some people from the village came and killed the tiger. After reading it through, Swami's father looked at Swami fixedly and then he asked Swami about his opinion. Swami said that the person might be or must be a grown up and strong person, a boy and not a boy at all. That would not be boy at all. How could boy fight a tiger? Swami's father became very angry upon Swami and he said, "Are you wiser than the newspaper?" to Swami. And then he told Swami that courage is important in life, not age and strength. Right. For the illustration, he gave two examples. He said, a person may have the strength of an elephant, but still he be covered. On the other hand, if a person having the strength of a straw, but if he has courage, he can do anything. So, by the point of view of Swami's father, courage is important and not his strength and age are not important. But Swami disputed the theory, and so father angry. Swami said, how can it be, father, if I have all the courage and if a tiger should attack me, what can I do? Swami's father got very angry upon him and he said, leave alone the strength. Can you prove that you have courage? Sleep alone tonight in my office room. It's like a frightful proposition for Swami. Swami never been slept without or until now Swami had been sleeping beside Granny in the passage, right? And any change in this arrangement kept Swami trembling and awake. Swami was such kind of person. First he thought that father was only joking. Then he mumbled, yes, and Swami tried to change the topic. He said that his team leader, that is captain, asked him to tell his father that they are going to admit even elders in their cricket club hereafter. And then he told him that they were going to buy brand new bats and balls. Father noticed that he is trying to change the topic, and then he directly cut in him and said, okay, we'll see about that later, but you will have to sleep alone hereafter. Now Swami noticed that the challenge has become now command, and Swami knew that his father's tenacity in such moments. Okay. Then Swami said, okay, father, I will sleep from the 1st of next month. Father said, no, you will have to do it right now. And then Swami's father said, I don't like the way you have been brought up, right? It's disgraceful. You are in second phase and it's a disgraceful sleeping beside granny or mother like a baby. While saying so, Swami's father was looking at his wife who was rocking the cradle. She also noticed that her husband was watching her, and she said, why are you looking at me while you say so? He said, if you think your mother is then Swami's mother said, I hardly know about the boy, and if you say that your mother is spoiling him, then tell her so and don't look at me. said the Swami's mother, and then he turned away. Now, while she was turning, his father said, "No, no, I don't want to say blah 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 blah," and this happened. Then they again he felt he was gloomily looking at the newspaper which was on his lap. Swami was sitting silently. He noticed that now father again engaged in reading the newspaper and he is not seeing at him. Swami rose silently, tiptoed in the passage, and there Granny was sitting over there. Granny remarked, "Boy, are you really very sleepy? Don't you want to hear a story?" Swami wanted to escape from his father, so Swami made a wild gesticulation to silence his granny, and he threw himself into the bed and then covered himself by the blanket. And that time Granny again said, "Don't cover your face. Are you really very sleepy? Don't you want to hear a story?" Now Swami became angry and he said, shut up, Granny. Don't talk to me. And don't let anyone call me, even the house is on fire. If I don't sleep once, if I don't sleep once, I will have, perhaps I shall die." My friends, we will continue our video in the next video. Pause it.